With the infield pretty much set at every position, the Chicago White Sox still have a few questions regarding their outfield. What does the recent signings of Austin Hayes and the trade for Luis Angel Acuna mean for Lenny Sosa and or Andrew Benintendi? Well, it's your boy Big Kev. We're gonna answer those questions right after the intro.
Welcome to Chicago White Sox Central, your number one place for all Sox news and content.
What's the word, Chicago White Sox fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago White Sox Central, your number one spot for all things Chicago White Sox related. It's your boy Big Kev holding it down for the South Side. And you know you can hit me up at Big Kev from the Shy, Big Kev from DACHI, Sox Central Pod over on Twitter, X, whatever, and Shy White Sox Central at gmail.com. Don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and hit that notification bell. But let's get right into the content. The Chicago White Sox introduced their newest free agent signing, Austin Hayes, yesterday. The outfielder inked a $6 million contract 1 year, mainly because the rebuilding squad basically just offered him an opportunity to play every single day. It looks like the Cubs were kind of in the market for him. They wanted to add him as their last player on the roster, but he wasn't going to get everyday opportunities to play in either left or right field. So this is what Hayes had to say. Going back into free agency, I really wanted to go somewhere where I could have an opportunity to do that, play every day, get back to being able to play both sides of the ball, play defense every day as well, is what Hayes explained to reporters. Now, he's 30 years old, and he hit 266 with 15 home runs and 64 RBIs for the Cincinnati Reds last year. And that was good because he helped them make it to the playoffs for the first time since 2020. And what I like about Austin Hayes is that he feasted on left-handed pitchers. He hit 319 against left-handers and 249 against righties. So expect him to be in the lineup pretty much every single day, regardless of who's on the mound. Now, he started a little over half the games for Cincinnati, and he got a lot of action in at designated hitter, playing just over 500 innings in left field. But I don't expect him to be the designated hitter for the Chicago White Sox. That's going to be one of our two catchers, Kyle Till, Edgar Quiero, depending on the situation. But hey, he did have a couple of injuries last season to his leg. On his left leg, he had like 3 separate injuries, and he had to deal with a kidney infection back in 2024. So he said that he had to deal with some. He said, I dealt with some stuff in the beginning of last year. It was a little lasting effects of the kidney infection, but once I really got going, it was a great year. I felt really good. So this year, I feel like I'm way ahead of where I was starting out last year, being able to finish the year healthy and really just feel like myself mentally and physically, being all the way back now. So Chris Getz and the Chicago White Sox hope that his health concerns will no longer be an issue. Chris Getz had this to say. He was an all-star a couple of years ago. He had some health setbacks, and perhaps now that the health stuff's behind him, his body's feeling really good that we could top back into him being tap back. Got to learn how to read Chicago Public Schools. That we could tap back into him being the all-star that he was in 2023. His most recent full season came in 2023 when he hit 275, 325, and 444 and 566 plate appearances for the Baltimore Orioles. But Austin Hayes is expecting a lot of himself. He says that playing over 140 games, that's a good goal to hit for this year. So shout out to Austin Hayes. Hopefully he's able to do that. Now, what does this mean for Andrew Benintendi? Well, it's unlikely that he'll be on the trading block but he'll probably be on the trading block. But it's unlikely the Chicago White Sox will be able to unload his contract, honestly, because it's pretty inflated. He's going to play opposite of Austin Hayes. He played left field for the Chicago White Sox for the last four seasons. And he's going to 3 seasons. He's going into the fourth season of his 5-year contract, and it hasn't really planned out pretty well. He's batting 245, 309, and 391 in more than 1,600 plate appearances. But the Chicago White Sox owe him $31 million over the next 2 seasons. So it's not looking like he's going to have that much appeal on the trade market. And frankly, Chris Getz just basically said the same thing. He said, "We haven't had too many conversations about Andrew, so we anticipate he's going to be on this club come opening day." Benintendi, he's dealt with multiple injuries over the past couple of seasons, missed time due to Achilles, tendonitis, calf, groin injury. So it's been rough for him. So that means that with Benintendi pretty much being slotted into the outfield opposite Austin Hayes, and then Acuna Jr. being in center field, and then Brooks Baldwin going to be basically playing a couple of different positions for the Chicago White Sox. Lenny Sosa is probably going to be the odd man out come the trade deadline. Now, he's only 26 years old, and he did lead the team in home runs last season with 22, but he was very aggressive at the plate, and that only led to a 293 on base percentage. And he struggled defensively at second base, and he doesn't really play well in the outfield. Now, Chase Mydroth is most likely going to be our second baseman. We know Munitaka Murakami is going to be at first base. We know Colson Montgomery is going to be over there in the shortstop position. So it just means that and Miguel Vargas even is ahead of Lenny Sosa at third base. So it means that Lenny Sosa is probably going to make the roster because they're going to have depth out there on the infield, but he's most likely going to be a trade piece that the Chicago White Sox tend to look to get rid of in at some point this season. So as the season progresses, it looks like the Chicago White Sox are basically going to be dealing with Acuna, Benintendi, and Baldwin in the outfield, and then Lenny Sosa might be the odd man out, unfortunately. Let us know what you think, though, in the comments down below. Do you believe the Chicago White Sox can unload Benintendi's contract and maybe keep Lenny Sosa as a backup outfielder? I don't think really, because Brooks Baldwin is going to be that backup outfielder, but maybe they want to keep Lenny Sosa because he did hit so many home runs last year, and Benintendi is kind of injury prone right now. But let us know what you think. Who's the odd man out? Andrew Benintendi or Lenny Sosa? But y'all already know what it is. It's Big Kev holding it down for the South Side right behind me. Y'all know how we get down. Y'all know where to follow me. Big Kev from the Shy, Big Kev from DACHI, Sox Central Pod over on X, Twitter, both of those accounts. TikTok as well, Big Kev from the Shy White Sox Central at gmail.com. And of course, you can follow the rest of the Chi-Town Sports Central family. Just type in your favorite Chicago sports team, put the word Central behind it. You will find one of us, and as well as NFL Central, NBA Central, and the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, C-Dub, and Bobby. Let us know what you guys think about today's content. Appreciate you guys for rocking with us all week long. I'll be back on Monday. Got a busy weekend ahead of me. But yeah, let us know what y'all think. How you feel about Austin Hayes in the outfield? Can he stay healthy? Who's going to be the odd man out? Andrew Benintendi or Lenny Sosa? But yeah, it's your boy Big Kev holding it down for the South Side. We're going to holler at you guys next time. Peace.
This has